What's up, you guys? I'm going to do a review for the Reebok Legacy Lifters. And, these shoes, pretty much, I wasn't really going to buy these. The only exception why I bought these was just because I got a pretty good discount from a friend of a friend from a Reebok discount code. And, that was basically it. And even this shoe right here was actually on sale already for $169.99 from originally from $200. So that's kind of the price range you're going to pay for an Olympic weightlifting shoe. I'd still do Olympic weightlifting from, just a brush up on the technique. But honestly, it's one of those things where I think a lot of the lifts I don't necessarily need the shoe per se to actually get decent depth and do a lot of things I do in general. I'm also not a huge gear person, bring a lot of gear to the gym. When I was going to buy this shoe, what kind of attracted me to it was, I had my previous shoe was a Nike, or a Melos, I can't pronounce it right, the Nike 2 Olympic weightlifting shoes, and those fit pretty good. I originally got the Nikes more or less because Adidas had that stigma for being more of a thinner foot for most people. Reebok in general has known for having a wider toe box. I don't think this toe box really is that wide. I thought initially it just fit true to size. If you wear, I wear an 11.5 on other Reebok shoes, and this fit I thought felt true to size. That's the biggest thing initially I put it on. It was just kind of a seamless fit. I put it on and I didn't really have to think about it too much. It felt just natural to me. A little snug in the side. I don't think, like I said, I don't have a huge wide toe box as much as I thought it did. There was a little bit of kind of pressing against the outside of the foot, but I think that's going to wear itself. Me wearing itself into the shoe will be fine. Great functionality of the shoe. I mean, great construction of the shoe. No question, this will hold up a long time. If you have some buyer's remorse ever about Olympic weightlifting shoes, the resell factor in these are very high. My Nike 2s, I had those for about a year, and I resold them on eBay. I know for at least $100. So they sold pretty quickly. So that's something else. Big functionality aspect of this shoe is what they do with the laces here. The laces have this little kind of opening here, so you actually can put the laces down, and they fit kind of clearly over here, so you're not over time butchering the laces on the Velcro, tearing away at the laces. I didn't think it was even necessary to tie up the full laces. I thought the fit really fit fairly well. I meant to mention that this actual color was what was on sale for $169.99 as of now. I actually like this color the best of all their colors they have for this shoe. I'm not a huge fan of their like gold and black color they had, but very, very good quality shoe. I mean, you can tell Reebok takes a lot of their input in general for a lot of their lifting shoes or fitness culture type shoes. They take the reviews and the considerations you can tell in each design. There is some breathability. I mean, the meshing here, I think it's a hot shoe for sure, even though it has this. But that's, I think, more from the comfort and keeping you locked into the shoe more. And that's kind of common for any Olympic weightlifting shoe. They're not really built for comfort per se. Definitely for stability. I shouldn't say, they should feel comfortable when you put them on initially. Some shouldn't feel like off. You definitely don't want to feel a lot of room in an Olympic weightlifting shoe. They should feel nice and snug, especially in that heel. When you get in there, you should be pretty much kind of locked in. But if something definitely feels off, I mean, it's not something you should want to be hanging out in for over an hour. It should, obviously you're not walking around in these things. So, the big thing I always tell people, if you're looking at an Olympic weightlifting shoe, and why I kind of go back and forth with them is, so I'm not a huge person to bring a lot of gear to the gym. I don't like the idea of swapping, taking shoes off, taking them on, very simplistic. Where the clothes I'm wearing now, even the pants I'm wearing, I like to wear things that if I just can go into the gym right now, if I forgot my gym clothes, I could, go get my workout in. I don't feel like I'm tied down to these shoes. And I also think that some people use these shoes as a crutch. Do you really need Olympic weightlifting shoes to squat below parallel if that's your goal, or do a decent front squat? I would say no. I think personally, I think I have a very good controlled depth for my front squat, high bar squat. I can clean very well. I can even overhead squat fairly well. The only thing I really depend on these a little more, so I like having these for, is from doing snatches in general. That just get that speed of the bar, gives a little more flexibility, so I'm not feel like I'm going backwards with the weight. But My point is, I think you can get good quote unquote ankle mobility that people will say people have, just putting the years in and the time, learning good form and technique and not chasing the weights, to the extent that you're sacrificing form for. So that's one thing. And the other big thing is you're going to invest this much money in a shoe. Don't just invest it because you feel like you have to have it. You definitely do not have to have it. Once you put your time in to see if you really are, first off, wanting to do this, if you stay in any weightlifting sport for a while, I think there's a lot of people who just buy these shoes because they feel like they have to or for whatever reason. And that's just kind of crazy. A good lifting shoe, I'm not saying is a bad investment, but just see if you're actually going to use it. And I know this is somewhat, heresy to say in the lifting community, especially some people that are in the squatting community. I just feel better sometimes in a flatter shoe. As I'm talking out loud, maybe I have buyer's remorse for this. My point is, put the time into whatever shoe you're wearing and get form and technique down. And then, again, step up and put the price tag in for something like this. So that's the only rant I'd say with that. The other thing you can do is Reebok makes another introductory CrossFit lifter that is a little bit lower heel, not as expensive. Probably can't handle the load that this shoe can handle. This shoe can handle any load. This shoe is not compressing anywhere that is as solid as these are. People say how heavy. The shoe is heavy. It's not crazy heavy. But this is how a weightlifting shoe should feel. I don't have the comparisons, but people really talked about how heavy this shoe was, and I don't think it's abnormally, that heavy. So that's it. Really durable shoe. You can tell, even from the buffering they have in the front here, very good fitting shoe. Highly recommend it. Stylistically, I think it looks good. If you really are someone, I think I personally like these and the Nikes as a better shoe. I think if you're someone who likes the Adidas styling, narrower foot, again, you really can't go wrong with any three of those shoes. If you have a wider foot, I can't say if it's totally true, but you can look on the back here. Not a crazy wide toe box. It looks normal to me, to be honest. So, again, wider feet, I'd say Nikes, and I think I even sized up the Nikes to a 12, so that might not be the most fairest representation of a wide foot, but I think these fit true to size, especially for other Reeboks. I think it definitely fits true to size. So that's it. If you guys have any other questions, just let me know. Thanks.